Hello everyone, Resum here. Today I'm going to be showing you a guide on how to complete the Chain of Fire Deadfront event dungeon. If you're a veteran to this game, you know all about it. However, I've run across countless new players who have no idea the dungeon even exists because there's no tutorial for it. This event dungeon is one of the best ways to earn XP in the game. I hope this guide will allow more players to reap its rewards. This is a party dungeon that requires at least 4 players to start. It lasts approximately 30 minutes or so depending on how good your party is. Players are separated by level, which will be explained later. The dungeon only opens at certain times during the day. Here is a list of the times that the dungeon opens. However, it's always a good idea to check the times listed on the website in case they've changed. Keep in mind, it's always a good idea to arrive 15 to 20 minutes prior to the dungeon starting so that you have time to find a party. To get to this dungeon, you need to make your way to the Chain of Fire by running through Deneb as seen on this map. This is a low-level, non-PK map, so you don't have to worry about dying on your way there. So, starting off in Ardeka, you need to teleport to Deneb. From there, run northwest until you hit the portal leading to the Chain of Fire. Keep in mind that if you have Holy Water active, then you can just teleport directly to the Chain of Fire without having to walk. Also, when you first get to the Chain of Fire, I would recommend running to the Merchant NPC in the middle so that you can stock up on supplies such as HP and mana potions. After stocking up on supplies, you need to move to your respective location based on your level. You can use the map I've provided here to see which entrance you need to go to. The levels are also listed on the dungeon entrances themselves. Once you get to your level entrance, you need to find a party. Remember, you need at least 4 players to start this dungeon. 25 minutes before the dungeon starts, a timer will pop up on your screen. This is your application wait time. Once you have a full party, I would suggest hopping to a different server because it's more XP to only run the dungeon with one party. This is also a great time to have some fun PvP with other players and try out your class. Once the timer runs down, it'll be time to submit your applications for the dungeon. The only person who needs to do this is the party leader. Make sure to do this or you will not be able to enter the dungeon. You only have 5 minutes to do this. Even if you're not the party leader, I strongly suggest reminding them to apply so that you don't miss the dungeon. Once the application time is over, it's time to enter the dungeon. You will know if your application was successful, because after about 10 seconds, you will get a bright message on your screen letting you know that you're in. It's pretty disappointing if your leader forgot to apply, and there are usually some harsh words exchanged. Now it's time to start the dungeon. First, let's take a look at the map. You will always start in one of the 4 start markers depending on how many parties there are. You will make your way up the winding path to the bridge where you will face the first boss. After that, you will fight more mobs until you make your way to the final boss. There's more to it, but I'll get to that in a bit. When you first enter the dungeon, there will be a 3-minute wait time. This gives you time to collect yourself and get ready for the dungeon. It's also a great time to buff up. As soon as the gate opens, start running the path. You don't want to waste any time because you only have 30 minutes to complete the dungeon. You will notice along the path that there are a few things you can interact with. These really aren't relevant to the game anymore because Deadfront isn't active enough. It used to be that parties would PvP at the end and those supplies would help you. However, most of the time you're not going to be PvPing with another party. Eventually, you will make your way to a large open area. Kill the mobs here and it'll open the bridge. Once the bridge is open, kill the mobs there and make your way to the first boss. Make sure to keep an eye on your HP at this part. There's lots of mobs and they can easily stack up on you and do lots of damage. I also recommend bringing some kind of fish like malachites because it allows you to heal more and increases your survivability. Now it's time to fight the first boss. If you are a melee or tank class, you will be taking him head on. However, if you are a support or DPS class, stay back and attack from afar. This boss does have some special mechanics, but as long as you watch your HP and have half decent gear, you really don't need to worry about them. This boss has a very large HP pool and can take a while to kill. Don't let it be discouraging because you will get a nice chunk of XP for killing him. Now you can continue moving forward. There will once again be a large open area with mobs to kill. Once you have killed them, continue down the path, killing mobs as you go. It's important to stay together during this section of the dungeon. Not only does it help stack up the mobs for easier killing, it is also respectful to the rest of your party. If you run ahead and kill monsters far away from your party, it's going to give you more XP and rob them of their XP. This is looked down upon, so please do not do this. It's happened to me way too many times. It's also just extremely frustrating because I'm trying to keep up with people that are running ahead, so just don't do it. Also, if you run past enough of these mobs, you will have to run back and kill them anyway because the next gate will not open. When you reach the end, if you kill all the mobs, the door will break open, letting you into the next area. In this area, you and your group need to split up into 4 groups and activate the pillars on each path. My method is to run in and pull the lever. When the monsters spawn, I walk them back towards the middle. Then I quickly run back to the pillar so I can activate it. You need to get the mobs away from you because they will interrupt the activation process. I don't recommend killing these mobs because they have a giant HP pool. Once all 4 of the levers have been pulled, you can activate the middle pillar, which will let you into the final boss room. Once inside, you need to activate the button on the wall. This will cause the mobs to spawn. Continue to kill them until they are all dead. Once you kill the mobs, you will get a message saying that the boss is about to spawn. At this point, I recommend luring the boss outside so that you don't get attacked by its minions. Also, you should notice the time at this point. If you have less than 8 minutes left and your party has been moving fairly slow, you probably don't have enough time to kill the boss. It would be better to just log out. However, if you do have time to kill the boss, I recommend doing it because it gives a nice chunk of XP. Be careful, because this boss can hit pretty hard and disable your abilities. Just like before, watch your HP closely. And once again, melee tank classes up close, support ranging classes should be far away. Once the boss is dead, you will get some XP. Now, if there was another party in the dungeon, you would have to PvP them for the next drop of XP. But as I mentioned earlier, that doesn't seem to happen much anymore just because the game isn't populated enough. So you just get that XP. Afterwards, you will be teleported to the loot room to receive your rewards, and then you can exit the dungeon. It's important to note here that you should have your party leader put the party on either in turn or random so that the loot is fairly distributed. However, the rewards from this dungeon really aren't that great. The best reward from this dungeon is definitely the XP. Thank you for watching my guide. I sincerely hope it was helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, make sure to leave them in the comments. Also, let me know what else you would like to see. I have been basing my content on your feedback, so if you have any ideas, just let me know. Until next time, take care.